Good morning. Up a little late today. A couple things on my mind. As I got up just a little bit late today, sun is coming up a little bit. It's overcast. We're expecting a lot of snow tonight. Not a lot compared to most people in the northern part of the United States. I know New York is expecting 6 to 10 inches, and I think Philadelphia 3. But it seems like the weather forecasts are always wrong. So we'll see. I'm prepared. This is what I'm thinking about. I was just talking to somebody the other night about doing live broadcasts from YouTube as opposed to vlogging, like what you're watching now. And I said that would probably make all the difference if I do the live broadcasts, because they're so much more spontaneous, which is my strength is more in spontaneity than it is in the planned, produced videos with outlines, and bullet points, and that type of thing. And I wasn't able to do any live streaming on my phone. I have a Galaxy Note 5, which I love because I do all my editing and everything on this phone right here that you're watching. Everything is done on this. And the person said, get an iPhone. I said, well, then what's the problem? Get an iPhone. Then the next day, literally the next day, I went to this class on Monday night on social media and digital marketing. And I'll put her link down below. This is interesting. On Monday night, and then Tuesday, yesterday, I saw a video. I have alerts given for certain YouTubers, content creators, video influencers, which I am now part of, and we all watch each other and support each other. So I got an alert from, I think it was like Video Creators Online or something like that. I forget. And it was, you can now stream live on YouTube from your mobile device. Because before you had to have all kinds of encoding software and just some weird stuff. Now, and I had written YouTube and Google and said, guys and gals, you have to make it as easy as Instagram Live. You have to make it as easy as Periscope. Point and shoot. Put the darn thing on the tripod, lean it up against the cereal box, and hit one button and do a broadcast. Well, now all you have to do is put it on the tripod, hold it out in front of you, hit one button for a live broadcast. That's a game changer for me, for someone who enjoys and has a strength in live broadcasting. That's a big deal. So literally, overnight, the potential for life-changing technological broadcasts for me has happened. Which makes me think, I actually woke up this morning thinking this. Wow, I now have the capability of reaching thousands of people live in the moment, not recording it and uploading it the next day. and editing it. Because when you go live, there is no editing. You can't call words back. It's a whole different skill set when you're live, and there's no editing, and there's no one bleeping anything out. So all of my moaning and groaning came to a halt. And I thought to myself, now I need to get serious. So the live broadcasts, I'm going to plan them. I'm going to do them on a regular basis, as well as my video blogging, my vlogging. That's going to start probably in the next week. So I'm going to be moving my live broadcasts from Periscope and Instagram, which disappear instantly, to YouTube, where the majority of my followers are. So everybody is going to be funneled towards YouTube. There's no editing. That means I might have to clean myself up a little bit more. That means I have to put more thought into it. That means it's not just going online at the end of a workday, a long workday, and just blabbing into the camera to the handful of people that were watching me, that I do appreciate, and you know who you are. It's a big deal. It's a game changer. Recording a video is so different than going live. With live broadcasting comes great responsibility. Think about that today. It separates the men from the boys in the content creation world. And I believe that's where I'm going to shine. I believe that's where I'm going to explode, is in the live world. Just thinking about that this morning. As I'm drinking my bulletproof coffee. And the cats are crunching on their food. Six of them. Inside. And I have to go and feed the ones outside now. The ones inside have shots and so forth. They were feral. I have only feral cats. The outside ones don't have their shots and their ears are not clipped. They clip the ears, just one of the ears, to let someone know if they get captured again that they've had their shots and that they have been checked out by a vet so they don't get euthanized or brought to the vet again for any reason. Having rescue animals is a lot like having a beard. It creates patience. It's not like getting a puppy from a puppy store where it just instantly, a puppy that's been raised by humans. Rescuing animals, many of those animals don't trust humans. They're afraid. They have their natural instincts. They don't put them aside. The natural instincts are alive and well with feral rescue animals. Look them up. Google feral cats. It's an amazing outreach that teaches you so much. I kind of wish that I did it when I was raising my children. And maybe if they're listening, they'll understand what that's all about. But it's so different than having a quote-unquote regular pet. They come to you and they trust you on their terms, not on yours. They are not the lap dogs and lap cats that we've all had. It's an amazing thing, and if you were into instant gratification and quick fixes, rescuing feral animals is not for you. Do they need to be rescued? Not really. Nature does take care of them. They were born out in nature, but they weren't meant to be wild and outside. They were not originally bred for that, these small house cat, as opposed to large jungle cats. And they have short lives, and the ones that come around have different injuries. There's one that comes around that has one eye and one ear. The mama of the 3 of the babies that I have now had one of her legs chewed off by a fox that comes around and feeds on small animals. And I remember the fight that one night. If you have ever heard a fox cry or bark, whatever you want to call it, it sounds like somebody screaming at the top of their lungs, like something from a horror movie. It'll wake you up in the middle of the night, and you will get a chill from the top of your head to the bottom of your feet. It is scarier than the scariest horror movie you've ever seen. The sound of a fox in the middle of a night. Just all of a sudden, and I knew I had little kittens underneath the deck, and I knew that fox was coming for the kittens. And he got away with a few of them over the years, because they're defenseless. And that's probably one of the things that prompts my compassion. I know it's the food chain, I know it's nature, but it does bring something out of you when you rescue things, even people. If you've ever been rescued or rescued anybody, you know it does something to you. I've been rescued, and I've done rescuing, and it's a good thing. It's a good thing. It's always good to return favors. So my thoughts on the show are going to be, I want to be able to clean up the Van Gogh room a little bit. I want to be able to be a little more organized. I want to be able to ensure that I'm awake and not groggy and lethargic after a long day of work. Because many times I've gone live on Instagram. Many of you have watched it, where I'm just practically falling asleep. Some people have said to me, are you drinking too much or are you high? And I'm like, no, it's the end of a 12-hour day for me, and I can barely keep my eyes open. And I want to give a little more thought to that rather than giving you the low energy version of me. There's many times where I do an evening broadcast, like some of the Beards Without Borders. I love doing Beards Without Borders. That might be the show, actually, Beards Without Borders Live. But what's interesting is I have done things like Beards Without Borders and some of the late night broadcasts. Literally, when I turn the phone off, turn the camera off, I am literally sound asleep 10 minutes later. Out like a light. Sleep like a baby. And then up at the crack of dawn. All right, have a good day, everybody. I'm getting ready to start my day. getting bright outside. That's my cue that there's going to be a great day. How do I know it's going to be a great day? The sun came up. That's how I know. For some people, the sun didn't come up on them. They didn't wake up. I'm happy because I woke up today and I'm here and I'm having my coffee and I got a great day ahead of me. I'm looking forward to it. Thanks.